Hi team, Mr. Rator here. Okay, this is a Year 12 A-Level Mathematics Bridging course. So um, when I'm teaching A-Level Maths, I always think that it's pretty vital to look back at certain topics what you've learned at GCSE level and stretch them slightly or remind you of what they are. And then hopefully when you start your A-Level courses, all these will come together and able to build a bigger picture when doing A-Level style questions. Okay, first section that we're going to look at is collecting like terms and removing brackets. So let's just scroll down here. Now there's some simple questions and they are going to get more and more difficult as we go along. If you want, at any time, you can pause the video and have a go yourself and then play it and see if you got similar to what I've got. Okay, first of all, collecting like terms, very simple. Collect all the x's. So you got x here, you got a plus 3x there, and if there's no sign in front of the x, it's obviously just positive x. That's going to give me 4x altogether. And I've got a positive 1 and a plus 5, so 1 plus 5 is 6, so that's going to be positive 6. Okay, next one, so xy is a product of xy, and there's 4 lots of xy's here, so collecting those all together, I've got 5 lots of x, y. Okay, here, similar to question 1 up at the above, you got, it's always good to circle it and always remember the sign in front of the term tells you whether you're adding it or subtracting it. So I've got 12a minus 3a, so that will give me 9a. And then I've got plus b plus 8b, and that altogether is going to be a positive 9b, so I've got a plus 9b onto here. Okay, very simple, standard, but like I said, as we move further, they are going to get trickier. So here we go, question 4. So first of all, now the misconception here is people see the x and want to put all the x's together or factorize. We don't do that. We just collect all the like terms, which in this case we got x squares and then we got x's. Okay, so collect all the like terms. We got 1x squared there. We got 3x squares there, so that gives me 4x squared. And I've only got minus 1x here, so that just leaves me as minus x. Now it doesn't say factorize, so we don't need to do that. Okay. Likewise here, collect all the like terms. So x's, first of all, have a look at x. Now this is not an x term. This is a product of xy. So it's neither x or y. It's a product of xy. Okay. Likewise, yx is not a x term or a y term. It's a product of xy. Now these two are the same, even though they're written in a different order. They are the same. Okay, it's just like saying 2 times 5 and 5 times 2, they are commutative, so they will give me the same product. Okay, so first of all, there's only 1x and 1y, and then you got 5 plus x, y. Okay, scroll down. Now in this case, what we got here is an expansion. Okay, it's got x plus 11 in brackets and squares. So best way to tackle this is if you want to, I mean, some of you can do this. I'll show you how you can do it a quick way in a second. But let's do the long version way, the way you've been taught at GCSE level. So first of all, x plus 11 times x plus 11 squared means times by itself. Now we do the x times dx, which is x squared. You got 11 multiplied by, x multiplied 11, which is 11x. You got 11 times x, again, that is 11x. And now you got 11 times 11, which is 121. Okay, 11 squared. Now, the only like terms you got are in the middle, which are the x's. You've got x squared here, you got 11x plus 11x, which is 22x, and you got 121 here, and that is expanded and collected the like terms. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we've got some of this. These are pretty straightforward expansion here. All it is literally times everything inside the bracket by the number 6, which is immediately outside. Oh, sorry, before I do this, I did say I'll show you a quicker way of doing this, number 6. And the quicker way to do this is you just square x, okay, and then you square this 11, which is 121. And to get the middle term, you always multiply these two terms. So 11 times x and double it. Okay, 11 times x is 11x, double it is 22x. Now, if that was a minus 11, it would be minus 11 times x, which will give me minus 11x, and then double it. But we always double it, the product of these two. Okay. All right, question 7, straightforward. 6 times x, 6x, and 6 times 2 is 12. Now the sign between them is plus, so that's going to be a plus 12. Job done. Okay. Question 8. Now, times everything inside the bracket by the number outside, or in this case, the product outside, which is 3y. So 3y times 2x. Now, first of all, multiply the numbers, which is 3 times 2 is 6. And then y times x. Now, when we got letters multiplying, it's always best to be systematic and put it in alphabetical order. So I'm going to put that as x, y, okay? And always the number in front, which represents the coefficient of this term. Same thing here. Now, don't forget this is minus 7, so I'm going to put the minus there to take that into account. Then 3 times 7 is 21. And then multiply it by the y. And that, again, simple, so straightforward. Right, question 9. Let's take a bit of time doing this. Similar to the one above. Now, you've got to see something magical here, shall I say. Well, not really, but it's what we call here is called the difference in two squares. Okay, I'll explain that in a second, but let's just expand it and see what kind of magic happens here. So first of all, 2x times 2x, and then 2x is going to be times by the minus 1, so we're going to end up 2 times 2 is 4. X times x is the x squared. Okay, that's done. Next one, 2x times minus 1 is minus 2x. Okay, so what we've done, literally, we multiplied all this bracket by 2x. And now we're going to multiply all this bracket by 1. So 1 times 2x is just 2x. And 1 times minus 1 is minus 1. Okay, so to get the second part, literally 1 times this bracket, so it's just that bracket. Now, what happens here when I say something magical is going to happen here, when it's difference in two squares, what you end up getting is this middle term will disappear because you get minus 2x plus 2x, which will equal 0. So you just end up with 4x squared, which is my first square number, minus 1. Now, don't forget 1 is a square number. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, so this is known as difference between two squares. Okay, that's what you just done there. The middle term disappears. Question 10. Now, it looks difficult, but don't panic. It's just trying to amalgamated two of the expansions which we just done above. You expand this, and then you expand this separately, and then you collect the like terms. So let's just expand this first of all. X times x, which is going to give me x squared, and then I'm going to get x times 3, which gives me 3x. So I've times all this bracket by this x, and now I'm going to times all this bracket by 2. So I'm going to double everything here. So 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 3 is 6. All positives, so no need to worry about that. Now here, what I'm going to do here is, this is minus x, okay? Just be careful, this is a minus x, so I'm going to do minus x times x. So x times x is x squared, and this is going to give me minus x squared. So that's done. And then I'm going to times 5 by the minus x. 5 times minus x, so that's going to give me minus 5x. Okay, so literally I've times everything inside the bracket by the minus x. Now I'm going to go and collect the like terms. First I'm going to look for, always going in the highest degrees. Now this is called degree 2, so we always write things when we expand it from the highest degree down to the lowest, unless it states otherwise. So if I got x squared, I'm going to take away x squared, so they're going to disappear, they're going to cancel. Okay, so there's no more degree 2, so x squares have gone. So I've got my x's. 3x plus 2x is 5x. Follow what happened here, minus 5x. So 5x minus 5x, that's also gone. So these two terms have gone. I'm going to actually just write x squared, collect those together, 5x plus 6 minus x squared minus 5x. Now notice that this is going to cancel with this. Okay, let me just put a different color there so that we just highlight it. So this is going to cancel with this, and this 5x minus 5x is going to cancel. So what we're going to end up here is just with this number here, which is going to be just 6. Alright, so I'm just going to underline that so you know that is my final answer. Again, anytime you want to pause it, you can go and have a look at these questions again. If you need any further questions on this stuff, just send me a message on YouTube and I'll try to put some more up. So this was section 1, collecting like terms. So next session, we're going to go through section 2, which is linear equations. All right.